welcome back. And we're moving into our final segment for today, getting all the details about this year's Ride Across Belize. Of course, this is a Social Security Board initiative that has been ongoing for quite some time. And with us this morning to tell us more about it, we have Chandra Cansino, who is the organizer for Ride Across Belize from Social Security Board. And two of what I believe will be the recipients of the funds. We have Emilio from the Ministry of Agriculture, who is in charge of the Urban Schools Gardening Project. And we have Juan Pablo Collado of the Adopt a Child with Disability organization. Good morning and welcome, and thank you for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for hosting us.
First of all, I must say that it's so nice having you guys in the studio. And one of the things that I've always been looking forward to, of course, is the Ride Across Belize. Now, why? Reason being is because one of the things I know that it does for folks is actually an upliftment of health. One. Two, people getting together, riding across this country and seeing the real beauty of Belize. Chandra, talk to us about the Ride Across Belize. This is actually what year?
The 13th year.
The 13th year?
Yeah, the 13th year. We'll have to steal you from his time and have you do our PR. Because it's precisely what you just said. Originally it started to promote healthy lifestyles. It was a time many years ago when there was an increase in sickness claims at Social Security, and we wanted to see how we can help contribute to making Belize healthier. And so that's where the idea originated, and then we decided to, if we're going to do this, then let's raise some funds for some good charities and good programs. And so we combine both of them, and that's basically what the Ride Across Belize is all about. It's a staff initiative of the Social Security Board. So the staff does everything. They greet the riders at the branches, they prepare the lunches and the breakfast and everything that the riders get. They basically execute the Ride Across Belize. They're the service team, and some of them are even riders that ride along on the Ride Across Belize.
13 years, congratulations on that, because one, you got it started, it has become a premier event, athletic event for people in Belize, but also it has grown so much. How do you get your entire staff on board, or how difficult is it to get everybody engaged and coordinated to be able to undertake something that isn't a part of their work responsibility?
Yes, that is our greatest challenge, and it's because staff individually do want to participate, but in order to participate, you have to be out of the office for a few days, and the managers complain, we need our staff, and so it's really a balancing act that we have to do every year. We wish we could get more staff participation, but the work of Social Security has to continue as well. So it's a balancing act, but the staff appreciates the recipients, and because that's really what it's become about now, and spreading awareness. Whatever recipients we choose, we contribute to spreading awareness of the different causes. So.
How are the funds generated with the Ride Across Belize?
Well, it's basically fundraising. Some branches do their own fundraising efforts. Mr. Montego is already taking out his raffle book. We have a raffle, a grand raffle this year that we're raffling a motorcycle that was donated to us by Caribbean Tire. And so it's fundraising. One of the main ways that we do it is we send letters to employers. So those listening, we ask, maybe you might not be able to give what you gave last year, but every dollar counts. And then last but not least, the branch offices, sometimes you see them at the speed bumps with their little boxes. It varies, but it's really a fundraising event that everybody.
And even the individual riders try to get some funds for themselves as well.
Yes, they also participate, and they also contribute towards the.
So let's talk a bit to our organizations that we have here. You'll be the recipients this year, and let's start with you, Emilio, talking about the Urban Schools Gardening Project.
Yes. The recipients are actually the schools, and because our ministry has a technical expertise when it comes to setting up gardens, and we have been doing it for a while throughout the country, and thanking Social Security Board for selecting us as one of the recipients to assist these schools. And actually the experience is coming because we have this initiative as well that in Toledo under the Mesoamerica Sinambre, hunger-free, Latin America and the Caribbean,
Yeah.
with school feeding programs, tying in the school gardens where the schools are growing their own healthy vegetables to supply the kitchen. So that's in a rural setting. So that experience that's working the rural setting where you have enough space, let's say, to set up your gardens. The experience in the city is totally different. In an urban setting, there is limited space. Some schools perhaps have no space at all. So I did share with your technicians, and hopefully they're posting some of the gardens here, where you can actually use tires. So not necessarily do you need to have a whole big 15 by 20 yards open space, for example. But you can use tires. You can even use also the 5-gallon crystal bottles that perhaps are damaged. You cut it in half, fill it up with soil. And so that type of experience we're trying to bring into the urban setting, where also the potential that school gardens have. Governments, partners in development are realizing that we have high diet-related, nutrition-related problems within the region, nationally, and in the region as well. As it pertains, for example, to diabetes, obesity, overweight, malnutrition. So the potential that school gardens have is where you can, from primary school age, you can instill in children nutrition education, growing their own healthy foods with a diet-related healthy mind in their curriculums, and incorporating that into their kitchens, so they grow with, as Ms. Chandra was saying, develop healthy eating choices, healthy eating habits, which is goes on for lifelong learning and so on and so forth. No?
And even beyond that, they're learning from a very early age agricultural practices that can even be a skill set for the future. Actually, I was at Holy Redeemer School in Belize City, and they have a greenhouse that they've set up, and they were explaining to me irrigation practices. And we're talking 10, 11 years old. So definitely the hands-on experience teaches so much. Let's talk about Adopt a Child with Disability.
Well, Adopt a Child with Disability is a non-government organization. It's a newborn organization that I decided to start off because as a physical therapist, I have seen a lot of children with disability that don't have the specialized care that they need. So we decided to open this organization to raise funds so that we can provide free physical therapy care for children with disability. This project is an ongoing program. We started January this year, and we're attending to approximately 15 children in the San Ignacio branch. The other office is in Belmopan, and we have approximately 12 kids on standby because they also need or require these services. But unfortunately, well, there's not enough funds, but thanks to the Social Security staff, perhaps this will be something that would be able to do this program in Belmopan as well.
Juan Pablo, how important is it that children with disabilities have access to physical therapy?
Well, it's very important because I am focusing on children because early intervention is very important for these kids so that they're able to be productive citizens eventually, or to give them a better quality of life, and therefore also improving the lifestyle of the family, and perhaps even make them productive citizens and incorporate them into society as well.
What are some of the services rendered to
the children? Well, what we do is raise funds to hire a physical therapist so that we can look primarily into their physical needs, because as we may see in the pictures, there's some children that may present cerebral palsy, microcephaly, and there's an ongoing sort of deformities and genetic illnesses that affect these children. So, and in the future, we would like to incorporate speech therapy, occupational therapy, and perhaps even open a little special education school as well.
And early intervention can definitely increase their chances to mobility as they get older.
That's right.
So, Chandra, obviously, very worthwhile causes, and you know, over the years, we've really seen you find, and you seem to really find small NGOs that will really find the funds that you provide most useful. How do you come up with the selections each year?
It's easier than you think, Marlene. This year we had two groups that submitted proposals, and here they are today.
Yeah.
It's I guess it's the good karma that pulls them in.
Yeah.
It's not hard to find people that need help.
Yeah.
So when the project submissions are low, it's so easy to find where they I mean, a lot of people in Belize are doing a lot of good, but it's just that a lot of times they don't have the funds that are needed.
Yeah.
Last year we did the school programs,
Yeah.
and we fell in love with the children, and it was on piggybacking on that we saw the potential for the school gardening. I mean, in the city schools we don't have that mentality that the rural schools have. And so we said, let the children learn a little bit about subsistence farming. Maybe they go home and they plant in their little backyards. You don't need a lot of space, as Mr. Montero said.
Yeah.
So we just thought that this is good to bring into the city schools, because it's working so well in the rural schools.
Yeah.
So.
Do you do follow-up with the organizations that you offer funds to?
Yes, we often check in on them.
Yeah.
We usually fund projects. We're not able to fund anything with a sustainability factor, because it's simply 1 year, one fundraising effort, and then we move on. So, but yes, we do check up, and our people are doing great. Thanks to everybody that contributes.
You know,
And on average, how much funds are you able to donate to the organization?
We usually, we've gone so far, we did a little tally. We've raised up a little over $500,000 from we started up until now.
Wow.
Annually, we try to go at least to 50,000, because the Social Security Board matches dollar for dollar every amount that we collect, up to $25,000. So we try very hard to reach that, so that we have at least $50,000 for the year, and then if we can go beyond, then we go beyond that.
So for those who would want to be a part of the Ride Across Belize, when is it, and do I have to sign up, and what is my contribution signing up?
Okay, the Ride Across Belize, it's 4 days. The first day is on June 28th. We ride from Corozal to Belize City. The second day is the 29th, from Belize City to San Ignacio, to Santa Elena. The third day is from Santa Elena to Dangriga, and the last day, which is the Saturday, July 1st, is from Dangriga to Punta Gorda. We charge a fee of $25 to the cyclists. Included in that is breakfast, lunch, hydration, unlimited hydration. They get a bar and some power gel. They also have mechanical servicing and full road protection, because the police department participates with us every year, and we're so grateful for the participation that they give.
Yeah.
So
And we've really seen a lot of people become very interested in participating in the ride, primarily because it's not a race.
It's not a-
It's
yes.
a leisurely ride.
Yes,
How
exactly.
challenging is it, and what kind of supplemental support do you offer if somebody maybe can't make it the entire way?
We have we have from the elite riders to the riders that will start to train 1 week before the ride, and for those that won't train at all, but just want to participate. And so we have support with vehicles. If you pull off on the road, somebody's going to pull up and put you in the vehicle, take you up to the front. So we are very, we stress a lot on safety. So we leave no cyclists behind. So there is a vehicle behind the last cyclist who may want to try to make it, but will be doing it slower than everybody else. So anybody can participate, including you two lovely people.
It's actually a fun gesture, because I've had the privilege of covering one of those rides. And the conversation it's exceptional. And when people gather together to make that ride, it's actually a great thing. Then again, health-wise, it's very important.
Right.
Have you ever encountered somebody who said, you know what, following my ride, I actually feel good, and I want to be a part of it again? Have you guys met people who have been in that area?
Yes, it's an annual event, so you have people that are always training for it every year. And that group of people will definitely be healthier, because they are out there, they're doing physical activity. And so, it definitely promotes health for the participants of the ride. And so that was one of the main pluses for us as well.
And an opportunity to see the country from a whole different perspective. What's your
Totally.
favorite leg of the ride?
My favorite leg is the last.
I
ride.
could imagine.
That we
Pulling
got to
in
Punta
by,
to Punta
by
Gorda.
Hopeville, yeah, onto
I
the
mean,
seaside.
a lot of Belizeans haven't even been to Punta Gorda, you know.
Yes, that's true.
And to actually go there on a bicycle and literally ride every mile of asphalt on the road, it's really an unexplainable experience. So join.
Do we
So
have?
you said people attempt to do it without any training?
Yes, we have people who would want to do
You're one of those?
every year that, and maybe they say, well, we'll meet you at Santorini's and ride in, or we'll ride from Belize to Ladyville. I'm sorry, Belize to Hattieville, depending on the road. And so people wanted to participate, especially when we have recipients. Sometimes they have the school children want to ride, so we gather them and then they meet us and they ride a mile with us. So yes, we do have we accommodate anybody that
I
wants
see
to
these
participate.
gentlemen
Imagine.
smiling. They've gotten
Yeah.
their crews together
Yeah,
to join you.
I hope so.
We also, Emilio, you've got a raffle book in front of you. Is that a raffle book or just something of
No,
notes?
it's a raffle book.
It's a
that's
raffle
social-
Yes, the motorcycle that you spoke about. Yeah.
All right. So how can we?
I wanted to add to what Chandra is saying,
Yeah.
the issue of sustainability. That's where I think they made a smart choice this year, in the sense that the beneficiaries are the schools. We have the expertise within our ministry. Actually, we do now have a permanent garden over at the showgrounds.
Wow.
Where you can actually take, if schools want to do an educational tour, we have our staff there. I mean, Mr. Gary Ramirez is one of those experts that in 2-3 days, he can put you up a garden and install it completely installed with the water system, irrigation system, and all of that. But no, the issue of sustainability. So when these schools, let's say, get these gifts that will be provided, we have our agriculture coordinators in every district. So for Belize district, we have our office. So there they will be providing trainings to the teachers. Community involvement is important.
Yeah.
So the PTAs, school feeding committees from the schools, the children themselves, volunteer parents. It's important for them also to be involved, because they can also get some training as it pertains to the school gardens. And then that experience, they can take it into their homes and develop their own backyard gardening as well, and grow their own healthy foods. So that's one area where we can contribute to that sustainability. But more important, schools are run by the Ministry of Education. So it's very important for they to jump on board also and follow up with that monitoring that Ms. Chandra is saying and that you brought up, where they can follow up with the schools, ensuring that yes, so you have this garden, it's producing for your kitchen, it's working, children are happy, eating healthy, contributing to their healthy lifestyles and so forth. No? So that I wanted to share when it comes to that sustainability, and Ministry of Education being a very important partner.
Yeah. You know, it is such an important skill to learn. Can I ask, if people want to contribute to your organizations, one way is definitely to contribute to the Ride Across Belize, but are there other needs? Perhaps Adopt a Child with Disability has other needs that people can help with?
Oh yes, of course. We are always in need of equipment, exercise equipment for the kids, facilities. For example, we have the idea to expand this project to every district in the country, because we have children with disabilities everywhere. And this doesn't discriminate socioeconomic levels, colors, cultures, or religious belief. We have disability children in every part of this country. In fact, our culture doesn't really have that awareness. They don't bring them out. Some of them are locked up in their rooms. So we're trying to make enough awareness so that people accept and embrace disability as a reality. And this is a proactive approach, so that we can really do something proactive and something positive for these kids. And hopefully this is a project that could be established in every district, with the help of organizations, with the help of the staff of Social Security, the government, I believe, and I hope someday it gets involved, and of course the business persons, particular individuals and organizations from abroad that would like to help us.
So definitely they have sold the fundraising aspect of why people should contribute to the ride. But if people want to sign up to participate, is there a registration period? period that they need to be able to access?
Yes, all rides start at 6 o'clock in the morning in front of the Social Security branches countrywide, except for the last stage, which starts at 5:30 because it's a much longer. It's about 109 miles. And so registration takes place just before the ride.
Okay.
They just need to be there probably like 15 minutes before, pay the registration fee. They will get a band, and that will entitle them to all the servicing. That
So it's a
comes along with it.
$25 registration fee.
$25 per stage.
Okay,
Yes.
per stage.
Yes.
And you must have your own equipment in terms of helmets and safety.
Yes, yes, and we usually require that you have on a helmet if you will join the ride.
And what are the dates for the ride?
June 28th, 29th, 30th, and July 1st. So we have a few weeks away.
Okay.
You still have some time to put
Last
in.
minute training?
Yes,
Yeah.
right here. You can train on Coney Drive if you want.
Find a bike.
Find a bike. Yes, but it's
So can you take 4 days off and apply for sick days with Social Security to
Well,
participate?
if you're in the ride, we'll deny your claim because we know you're not sick.
I was only
No,
kidding.
I know. But some people actually work their vacation time around the
Around
ride.
that.
Some can
Yeah.
get it off. We have like corporate, how would you say, participants, like
Yeah.
Digicel has
Yeah.
a team, so they
Yeah.
work
Yeah, some
their,
companies
Just
will
about
right,
send
but
their
other
employees.
people would have to ask for the time off.
Yeah. And you can also purchase raffle tickets as well.
Yes, we'll be having them at all the Social Security branches. They all already got their books, I think most of them, and so they will be soliciting you people to buy raffle.
And when is
Raffle
the
ticket.
raffle? What date is the raffle?
It's going to be raffled on the 4th of August.
Oh, okay. So
And there are
you've got a
3
lot of time.
prizes, yes, 3 prizes.
The
A
top, the 3 prizes are?
The motorcycle, a overnight stay at Victoria House, and a set of wine glasses.
Wow.
All right. And the tickets cost how much?
$5
Oh, okay.
each.
$5
yes.
each. Emilio is ready to sell. He put
Yes.
it up on the table. We thank you so much for coming in. Anything else you'd like people to know about how to participate or to contribute to the cause?
Well, first of all, I would just like to thank Channel 5 for facilitating us. I think our notice wasn't so it was a little short, but we really appreciate being here today. And just ask the Belizean public to contribute. It's I said it's a staff initiative, and we can't do it without. The purpose of the ride at the end of the day is to be able to donate to the participants, to the recipients. And so we just ask that when we sell the tickets, maybe you can buy 2, buy 1, and the business houses, if you can give, please give us.
Yeah, I was going to say the more the sponsorship and the funding comes across, the more schools we can also put a garden for them as well. So it's important.
Might be your child's school to
Yes.
get some healthy
Yes.
vegetables.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, you are located in.
Well, we have a branch in San Ignacio and a branch in Belmopan.
Oh, okay.
And hopefully we could have a branch soon in Belize City as well.
All right. And you're also on Facebook, Adopt a Child with Disability.
That's right, yes.
So if people want to be able to find out more about the organization you'll be assisting, you can find it there. Thank you once again for coming in and
you.
sharing all the details about this year's Ride Across Belize and learning more about your individual projects.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
hosting
All right.
us.
We're
Appreciate
going to
it.
go ahead now and take that final break. And when we come back, we'll have our wrap up. So stay tuned.